I will not go for the recording. Okay. So this is the sort of session which we are going to cover. In yesterday's session, we guys have talked about research concept. Basically, we guys have talked about the meaning and definition of research. Even we guys have talked about features of research, and we have seen the last one that was process of research. Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to talk about another aspects, and those aspects are, objectives, the motives, and another part. Before that, please allow me to share my screen so that I can show you wherever we guys have stopped. And here I'm going to share my screen, and I hope my screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Sure.
Okay. So we guys have seen research concept in yesterday's session, and we have also seen meaning, we have also seen definition, we have seen process of research, and today we are going to talk about objectives of research without fail. So this is the point of agenda, this one is the point of discussion today. After that, we are going to talk about motivations of research, how the people get motivated about conducting research. So that is also part of discussion which we are discussing in today's session only. So we are starting with the objectives of research. As I told you, research is one of the tasks that we go for searching again. We try to search so many things again and again. So this is called as research. And as we guys have seen yesterday, there are two words. If we bifurcate this word research, we can be able to understand two words, re and search. Re means what, going again, and search means what, finding something new. So when we go for research, we go for something, finding something new on the basis of old one, or based on the old knowledge we try to find out something new knowledge, and that particular thing is called as research. And process also we have seen, and in the process of research, n number of points also we have seen, like from the framing of the title to conclusion. So there were so many points in between, and we guys have gone through all those points which we guys have discussed yesterday. So that was the point of discussion, and now today we are going to talk about objectives. Behind every activity, as I told you, there is an objective, and without an objective there is no activity, there is no task. Whatever activities we are doing in our life, also behind those activities there are certain objectives. And this is what somebody said, that behind every task there is a reason. You guys are attending my class, there is a reason. I'm taking your class, there is a reason. So behind every type of activity or any type of task or any type of work, there is an activity, and that is called as what, that is called as objectives. So what I'm going to suggest you, I'm going to talk about this one, and here I will talk about certain things, and those things can be called as objectives of research. So what we are going to learn in this particular slide, in this particular session, we are going to talk about objectives. So here certain objectives are noted down, certain objectives are taken here, and we are going to discuss all those objectives one by one. If you look at the first one, what they have given in the first objective, that also I will tell you. So if you look at the first, what they have given, to explore a phenomena in order to achieve insights. So whatever insights you want to achieve, whatever objectives you guys have, whatever goals you have decided to achieve, if you want to achieve those goals and insights which are pre-planned, which are pre-decided, or which are fixed before taking or before undertaking a research, those can be achieved, those can be explored with the help of research. And this one is the first objective of research. And without fail, we can understand one thing: if we want to go for achieving certain set of insights, certain set of knowledge, certain type of new things, then we need to explore research. So exploring the research is the, or exploring the phenomena, exploring the area, exploring the, that particular element, that particular factor, is the main and important aspect or objective of research. I hope so. Then moving on to the next one, and that we are going to see here, to produce some new knowledge. Research remains the most efficient and reliable source of knowledge. See, what we are going to talk about here in this case of objectives of research, to produce some new knowledge. If you want to create some new knowledge, if you want to create certain amount of new knowledge, if you want to contribute something in the new knowledge, then research is the only way of contributing something. And whatever you contribute in terms of research, in terms of or through research, that will be the most reliable source of knowledge. See, no doubt knowledge is there. People, they have, created certain amount of knowledge. If you take an example of previous scientists and previous people, they have created certain amount of knowledge or old knowledge. So on the basis of that old knowledge, we can create new knowledge, because when we want to create something new, we should have something old, and on the basis of that particular old knowledge and the knowledge that we have with us, on the basis of that, we go for finding out a new knowledge, and that is called as what? New knowledge. So if you want to produce something new, you should have to go for the research, and through the research or by way of research, you can contribute something in the research. So this is the another objective of research that we can highlight, that we can see here. Then, to discover new inventions and designs. If you want to discover something new, if you want to discover some new inventions, if you have to go for some sort of innovations, if you want to design some new, or if you want to discover some new designs and innovations and creations and so on, so that is also possible with the help of with the help of research, and this one is one of the objective of research without fail. Then second one is to discover some solutions to solve a particular problem. See, basically research is conducted, research is undertaken to solve the problem. Behind every type of research is what? There is one problem. If there is no problem, there is no research. And research is taking place because of the problem, right? So on the basis of this, if we want to find out something, a sort of solution, if we want to find out something new in terms of solution, that can be found, or that can be there for the purpose of a particular solution or particular problem. Then, to produce some new policies, if you want to produce, if you want to find out certain new policies, then it is possible. So this is what it is necessary to produce some new policies which are useful for your research, and that is the one more important and one more objective of conducting the research or of undertaking the research. Then to test certain hypotheses. If you want to test certain hypotheses, let me tell you the concept of hypothesis. Hypothesis means what? A assumption or a predetermined assumption which you guys have decided at the time of starting your research. Whenever you want to start your research, there are certain things, certain assumptions, certain predictions that we make, and on the basis of those predictions and those assumptions, we conduct the research. So if you want to test your hypothesis, whether it is approved, whether it is disapproved, whether it is accepted, or whether it is or rejected, if you want to test this, then there should be a research, and by using research, you can test your hypothesis. So this is the only thing that we can understand here. Then research enables predictions to be made. Predictions in research fulfills one of the basic desire of humanity to discern the future and know what fate holds. So see, with the help of research, we can predict, we can go for the predictions. Mostly, when we get some knowledge, get some information from Weather Department of India, and they predict that there is a possibility of rain today. So when they make such kind of predictions, those predictions can be made on the basis of certain research. Remember, and those, if you want to make certain amount of predictions, if you want to go for certain amount of assumptions, or if you want to go for a studied or studious prediction, that can be called as research. And if you want to go for that, definitely it is possible. So this is the object, or these are the objectives of research which we guys have seen in the first slide of today's session. Now moving on to the next one, and there we are going to talk about motives of research, why research is conducted, and what are the motives behind conducting the research. That also we are going to discuss in today's session, if I'm not wrong. To get, and the objectives or the motives of research are here we have taken, and from that we can understand what are the different motives of research. Here we have taken something different, and we have taken some points of motives, and through those points of motives, we can be able to understand certain amount of things from this particular slide. So what are the motives, what are the objectives, what are the goals, that also we are going to discuss. There are different reasons, and for those reasons people they go for रिसर्च करण्यामागची बरेचसे कारण आहेत, बरेचसे उद्देश आहेत, आणि कोणते ते उद्देश असू शकतील, काय असतात ते उद्देश, and that is what people go for the research. We also have gone for the research, and we have completed, I think, different amount of research in the field of education. As far as my research is concerned, I have done, one PhD research. After that, I have done two minor research in my life so far. So research work that we also have done in our education, and the motive behind conducting the research, as far as we people are concerned, that those were different. Some of them they did research for the purpose of degree, that is PhD. Some of them they did research for the purpose of getting monetary benefit of PhD degree in their service. So a number of reasons are there. Some of them they have done their research for getting the degree of doctorate. They want to write doctorate before their name, their name before their name. And this is what people they conducted, or they undertook research for their different purposes or for different motives. So here we are talking about the motives, or the motives behind conducting the research, and those motives are clearly mentioned here. And what are they and which are they? Just look at this. To get a degree or promotion. If you want to get a degree of doctorate, if you want to write doctor before the name or before your name, that then people they go for research. If you want to promote yourself in your profession, if you're in your job, then doctorate is also must. People they go for this particular reason, and this could be the motive behind conducting the research. And I hope you guys understood the first one, and that is very important, and that is very much good as far as motives of research is concerned. Then to solve problem and or find a deter solution. If you want to find out a solution, if you want to find out a problem, if you want to find out a solution to your problem, then people they go for solution. I think I told you yesterday only, we are going through pandemic. Still, pandemic is not over, and when this pandemic entered in our life, people started searching on that. People started doing research, and through that research, we got a solution to fight with this pandemic or fight with this COVID-19. And in terms of what we got in terms of pandemic, or in terms of solution, we got vaccine. So vaccine is a solution, and how this vaccine is invented? Vaccine is invented through research. So when that virus entered, they took that virus for the research. They did research on the virus, and finally they solved the problem of virus, and they invented one vaccine to fight against the virus, and this is the solution. So what do? We undertook the research, and we try to find out a solution for that, and that is called what? Problem, or solution for the problem. Then to get more knowledge, if you want to get more knowledge, if you want to contribute something in your previous knowledge, if you want to increase your knowledge, if you want to expand your knowledge, definitely research is the most important aspect, or research is the most important way to get addition, to improve, to expand your knowledge, and so on. So this is what it is important for. To contribute to the existing knowledge or society. If you want to contribute something in the existing knowledge or the society, that is also important. And this is what this could be considered. This could be taken care. And this is what that by conducting or by way of research you can contribute in terms of knowledge to the existing knowledge. To be respected as an expert, the people, those who have done their doctorates from reputed or renowned institutions, even from any research institution. Not There is no need to complete your doctorate from reputed or renowned institution. You can complete your doctorate from anywhere, and if you complete your doctorate, if you get that degree of doctorate or doctor, definitely you will be respected everywhere. People they will say like, oh, this person is a doctor and he has done a doctorate in this particular subject. So they start giving respect. So if you want to gain respect from the people, gain respect from the society members, then this is what people also go for the doctorate. काही लोकांना म्हणजे बऱ्याच लोकांना जे डॉक्टरेट्स असतात त्यांना बऱ्याच चांगला रिस्पेक्ट मिळतो. बोलवताना सुद्धा डॉक्टर या नावाने बोलवलं जातं, जसं की डॉक्टर जनार्दन पवार, डॉक्टर ऑफ सो अँड सो, लाईक दॅट. So we get respect with the help of this degree. The next one, directives of government, employment conditions, curiosity, etc. Government has also given certain amount of directives for conducting the research, and even it is mandatory for employment also. And the people, they go for doctorate or research for the purpose of curiosity. They want to know certain amount of things, certain sort of knowledge, and this is what they go for research. So this one is the one of the reason of conducting research. Then to get attached to the topic, if you want to get attached to the topic, then this one is the most important aspects. Whatever topic you have selected for the topic for the purpose of research, and if you want to get attached with that particular topic, this one is the most important aspect as such. To be more sourceful, if you want to get more sourceful, if you want to create more sources which are required for day-to-day life of education or anywhere, then you have to go for the research. If you conduct research, then you get more knowledge, because during the research you may learn so many things, and this is what research is important for. To keep us updated, research will keep us very much updated. If you do not update it, yourself will be outdated, by the way. So if you want to stay yourself updated, then you have to conduct the research, and by the way of research, you can keep yourself updated, and this is what is important one. So these are the motives of having research in your life, or people going for the research in their life. So these are the n number of motives which we guys have seen. I hope you guys have understood the motives of research in a thorough manner. Moving on to the next one, and there we are going to talk about types of research, and there are different types of research which we are going to see in today's session, and I think this could be the last slide which we are going to see. After that, there is this last, I think, only formality, that is thank you. So in this particular slide, we guys, what we have seen so far, we have seen meaning, we have seen definition, we have seen process, we have seen objectives, we have seen motives, and now we are at the last slide of topic number one. And through this, we are going to understand what types or what sort of research types are there. There are different types of research that we conduct, but those different types of research we guys have classified in 4 different categories, and those 4 different categories are descriptive versus analytical research, and after that, quantitative versus qualitative research. Number 3, conceptual versus empirical research. Number 4, applied versus fundamental research. So these are the 4 different major categories of research. Under that, we are going to see each and every one each and everything in a precise manner. So first of all, we are going to talk about the first category, that is descriptive versus analytical research. So in this, again, I'm going to talk about the first one, that is descriptive. Descriptive means what? Where description is expected, where description is required, where description is given, and we conduct this research by, taking this way of conducting the research, which is called as descriptive. If you look at the descriptive, what they have given for the descriptive, descriptive means what? Attempts to determine, describe things. So whatever is the part of your research, we try to determine, we try to make an attempt to determine, we try to make an attempt to describe whatever things we are considering for the research. So we try to describe those things, or describe those things in a very, very descriptive manner. So there is no analysis as such, only descriptions we write. So this is what it is called as descriptive way of conducting the research. If you look at the another side of this particular first one, that is analytical research. So in terms, whenever we think about this concept of analytical research, we can understand it is an attempt to establish why it is that and way. So see, whenever we want to go for analysis, through analysis, what we try to find out why it is so. When we go for analysis, if I have decided to make an analysis of MCOM Part 1 students' results, so I'm going to find out what I'm going to find out, how many students that failed and how many students that passed. Okay, so if I want to analyze this, so I can be able to understand why students are failed, and if they have failed, what were the reasons of getting failed into the MCOM Part 1. So whenever I think about the analysis or analytical type of research, I try to find out, or I try to make an attempt to establish a certain amount of reasons behind that, and this is what it is called as what? Analytical research. So this is for descriptive, and analytical research in broader manner. I hope you guys have understood whatever I have told you just now. Moving to the next one, and that is quantitative and qualitative. If you look at the name, you may understand everything. There is no need to explain. Quantitative means what? It is based on quantitative data. It is based on statistical data. It is based on certain numerical data, and this is what it is called as what? Quantitative research, based on options and experiences. Suppose if I'm going to analyze, if I'm going to conduct a research on the experienced based teachers, so I'm going to consider their number of years of experiences, right? So here, in case of this quantitative, we go for numbers, we go for statistical information, we go for numerical information for the purpose of research. When it comes to qualitative means what? Where numbers are not there. In terms of when we go for qualitative type of research, we do not consider numbers, we do not have statistical information, we do not have numerical information for the purpose of research. We have qualitative information. I think it will. I think qualitative and quantitative here something is wrong. I think it is wrongly pasted. So for quantitative, based on number should be there. So this way it should be there. Oh, sorry. So it should be like that. For quantitative, based on the numbers, and for qualitative, based on the options and experiences. Remember, extremely sorry for this typing that I did here. So here, what I'm going to tell you, when you want to go for qualitative, you guys have to go for options and experiences. So whatever qualities we have, suppose I'm going to see the qualities of talent, or I'm going to see the quality of intellectual capacity of the students. So this is not a quantitative data. So intellectual capacity of the student is a qualitative data. If I'm going to do the research on the basis of your weight, that is body weight, so that is quantitative. So that is called as quantitative. And if I go for which is not qualitative, that is called as what? Quantitative. And if I go for which is not quantitative, then it is called as qualitative. So this is the concept of qualitative and quantitative. In short, what you guys have to remember? In short, you guys have to remember, when you want to go for quantitative, you guys have to consider the numbers, statistical data, statistical information, and so on. And when you want to go for qualitative, then you guys have to consider opinions, options and experience and opinions, views, and so on. So these are the things which we guys have taken here. Then moving on to the next and third one, that is conceptual and empirical research. Here, in case of this conceptual research, which is related to abstract idea or theory, which is based on certain theory, which are based on certain conceptual study, where we consider a number of concepts, and that is what it is called as conceptual study. Then the next one is what? Empirical. Empirical means what? Based on experiences. See, for the purpose of research, we conduct some experiences, we conduct some experiments. I think those who are from science, they can understand, but nobody is yet from science, as we are in commerce. See, in science, I think in natural sciences, by the way, for example, physics, chemistry, and biology, they conduct different types of experiments to get the results. And when they conduct research through the experiments, and if they complete the research, it becomes empirical research. So empirical research is nothing but which is based on certain amount of experiments and experiences. So this is what it is called as empirical research. And the last one which is left, that is applied versus fundamental research. Applied research means what? I think we guys have come across with this particular concept also, and this particular concept is called as applied research. And why it is called as applied, that I'm going to tell you. Applied, in case of applied research, what we do, discovering solution for some practical knowledge. See, whenever we face some problems in our day-to-day life or in day-to-day practical life, we try to find out a solution, and for that we do certain sort of research, and through that research, if we get a solution, it becomes applied research. I have given one example. See, applied sciences, applied engineering, applied mathematics, applied physics, applied chemistry, applied medicines. So many fields are there where there is a need of applied research. And if we go for certain sort of things with the help of certain amount of practical knowledge, and we try to find out a solution through that particular process, it is called as applied research. And the last one that we are going to see here, that is fundamental research. Fundamental research is not an applied research, it is a basic research, which is a fundamental research. Remember, fundamental means what? Which is a basic research. Basic terms, basic things we consider there. And we do not go for application or applied knowledge. We try to find out a basic knowledge. And if we conduct a research for finding out a basic knowledge, it becomes fundamental research. And this is what I have written here, directed towards finding information that adds broad base of application. So this one is just a type of research where we try to find out some fundamental things or basic things instead of applied things. I hope you guys have understood these types of research in a precise manner. I think I have made so many videos on types of research, and those videos also I will share you today. And I have made one, a small video on each type of research, and from there you will understand what I mean to say. So this one is just part of example of one session, and from that we get understand something. Just a minute, give me few seconds to attend the call. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so these are the types of research which we guys have seen today in today's session. So almost basic part which we guys have seen as a first topic of your first topic is over. We have done with the first point of topic number 1. Kindly go through the syllabus which is uploaded on the website and see whether I'm going correctly or incorrectly. That is up to you. मी कंटेंट तुम्ही सिलेबस बघा आणि त्याप्रमाणे अभ्यास करा. So here I have done with the first point of topic number 1, and here I stop my presentation and I'll get back to the home screen. Okay, so before going for the discussion, let me stop the recording also.